Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. Happy Monday, and we have a brand new week ahead of us. And what better way to start that week off than with a very interesting event that is starting today, or has started today. It's available for 2 days, and it's a dragon tournament where you have to use a faction of your choice to clear the dungeon. And you'll see here in the rewards section here on the side. Actually, my QR code is blocking. Let's pull that down temporarily. You can see that there's a PRISM Soulstone that is available here at 2,100 points. There's also going to be 60 of the Anniversary Titan event points here as well, alongside some other goodies here. We're going to be basically doing that here today. But before we get started with the rest of the video, I want to remind people that you can still use the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to start a new account or an alt account or, friends and family or whatever, right? Tholan Falbeard, absolutely free at the start. Stagnite, Rector Drath, and Farrakhan the Fat at accounts level 10, 20, and 30. And don't forget that you can also get Tahanarak, the Void Legendary Support Champion of the Barbarian faction, and you just got to use the promo code Desert Queen in the first 48 hours of a brand new account. Now, why are we wanting to do this? Because there's a summon pool. Okay. Now, most times you don't really get a good chance. These don't happen as frequently as Prism Shards do. But nonetheless, this is a very good opportunity to pick up either a minimum of a 2 red star Perfect Soul for a legendary champion, or a minimum of a 4 for a epic. It's a 28% chance here for a legendary. So the odds are a little bit better than Prism Shards. There's some pretty interesting characters up for grabs if you have any of them in your roster, right? There's about 16 legendary champions here. Terras, Athorian, Wixwell, Armons, Crocat, another great one, Cheshire Cat, Newt. Some of the new ones, Keberon is also here as well, and Vistella from Sylvan Watchers. So if you need any of these, Lydia also, right, who is very rare to pick up because you need to clear faction crypts to even be able to a chance to pull her from the regular Soulstones. So there you go, and of course some decent epics in here as well. And there's 16, including Galatea of the Argonauts, of course, and some other decent support characters in here as well. So I'm going to be going ahead and doing this. I'm not going to be buying for it though, right? And that's entirely up to you if you want to do that. They're approximately, I think, what is that, $7? 7 Canadian dollars, so maybe $5 per pull. So it's about half prices to what the Prism Shards are. Just know what you're getting into. I guess the 100 ones here, this is 2.5 pulls for 14 Canadian. This is $10. Maybe it's a little bit less than $5 because you need only 40 of them. 40? Yeah, this is actually 6 pulls. So yes, I guess maybe it's less than $5 per pull, maybe like 4. One thing that I want to let people in on is also the Clan versus Clan, which starts tomorrow. It is not a personal CVC. However, you do get quite a bit of points, I believe, for summoning Soulstones. Is that under champion objectives? I think it is. Ascend, upgrade, affinity, souls, right? So if you get some legendary souls, and especially some high pulls here, you can get some pretty good CVC points. So if you are going in on this tournament, I recommend that you wait until tomorrow to pull it. Do not open it today. Open it tomorrow, so at least you can get your clan some additional CVC points doing that way. I mean, if you want to wait to run the Dragon Tournament tomorrow, you can do that as well. Double dip some additional points. Speaking of CVC, in terms of the 2x bonuses, because this is running through the anniversary period, they are giving more than usual. Usually it's just 3 that are 2x. Now we have champion objectives, which count the souls, actually. So you're going to get double points for that. Another reason why you should wait to do that. Potion keeps, if you do need to stack up on some arcane potions or anything like that, if you've been doing a lot of Ascension lately, then that's something to keep in mind. Fire Knight, I don't know if there's a really good reason to run some of these. I don't know if there is new Titan events running over the next 2 days, Tuesday to Thursday. But yeah, Fire Knight and Spider is there maybe if you need to farm. Spider is a very common one for people to run to grind CVC points, especially Hard Spider 10 if you need to farm some silver for whatever reason, right? You can do that there with your Spider objectives. Shogun, I mean, I think it's kind of past, right? I think that the Gear Ascension tournament's already done. And then we have Forge, but it's not personal CVC. I tend to want to keep my Forge stuff for personal CVC, and that's just not happening. And then we have the Demon Lord objectives, which you should be getting from your chests anyways every single day. So, I mean, there's some pretty passive stuff that you can pick up there, so it's not too bad. And then, so let's talk about this tournament, right? You have to choose a faction of your choice. So what I have gone and done, because my best faction, and this might not be for you, But my best faction is actually Dwarves. Now, I'm going to be running Hard Dragon 6. Now, the most efficient, quote unquote efficient, and probably the easier one to do as well, is Dragon Stage 20. Typically, when you do like, your normal, not turn attack, but when you do your normal kind of artifact farming tournaments, it's the best thing to do is Stage 20. It's the most efficient, 16 energy. You get the most return that way. That being said, I'm hoping that maybe I might just be able to double dip and pick up some additional stuff, with my roster this way to get some speed artifact gears. So, maybe like a very slim chance that I might actually be able to pick up I don't know, a mythical or some really good speed artifact gear. Now, again, you want to make sure that all 5 of your characters are from the same faction. And for that reason, it tends to be a bit more difficult. So, people running stage 20, you don't even have to run stage 20. You could run it less than that. You will just get less points as a result of that. So I just want to do one run here. Yes, my dwarf faction is my literal best faction in my roster. This is the only faction where I have cleared faction hard mode. So it is pretty good. The problem here, actually, especially running hard mode, I don't have, I do not have an AoE cleanser. I also don't have block debuffs. So the dragon, when we get to the boss, is actually pretty difficult in that part of things. So when you're building your team for your dragon team here, you do want to keep that in mind. Some things that are really helpful: Brimstone. If you have anyone in a faction with the Brimstone debuff, this is very helpful when the dragon goes into his barrier form, when he's about to, do the stun attack. The Brimstone meteor will come down and drop and do a lot of damage and kind of almost clear the shield before it even gets started. So that's something to note. And also anyone with block debuffs or cleansing would be you're going to see it here, right? I don't have Brimstone or anything like this on my characters, so I can still clear it. I tried to do it on hard 10, and it wasn't a guaranteed clear. It wasn't a guaranteed clear. So hard 6 was a bit easier for me to do. That being said, you're going to see when he goes into it. I get a lot of turn meter here, but you're going to see when he goes into his little his dragon, should do it any second here now. Like now? After Senna. Now? There we go. Oh no, he has to do the poisons first. I forgot. My Senna actually resisted it. But these poisons actually do a lot of damage. You can see that Hilvi over there is about to bite it because I don't really have a lot of healing. I have Senna's regen, the continuous heals and things like that, but I don't actually have any way to cleanse these. So they're just kind of taking the damage, and just the block damage helps actually, because that also does block the damage taken there. He should go into his little raised form here any second. I have a lot of turn meter on this team, so that's kind of what's keeping me going. Very limited debuffs though, aside from defense down and block buffs. Oh, I have a weaken now there on them, so that helps. Tholan is doing the bulk of the damage here. There we go. So normally when he goes into that raised form, if you have a Brimstone debuff down, normally that would drop a meteor and do half of the shield that you have to do. So it's usually pretty easy to clear that. But I'm kind of bashing my way through this, of course, and on hard 10, it's just a little bit harder for my team. So it's going to be over here, and I want to see how many points I do get. This was not a super raid, right? I think it was just a single one. So I got 21. So it's roughly a 1-to-1. If you get a 6-star drop, it's roughly a 1-to-1 sort of energy. So it is going to cost you about 2,000 energy to run that. So do keep that in mind. As far as other characters go and other, if I went into my index and if I sorted by faction, I don't know, I guess it's really gonna depend on what you have, right? If you want to run this at a bit of a lower, if you have any characters that do AoE cleansing, I would start there. That might be a good place. Or, obviously you would know based on your progress in faction wars, which faction really is the strongest on your team. So those are the things that I would obviously look out for. Or, if you have any good Dark Elves, because Mithrala where's my Mithrala? She's a great free-to-play character that you might have available that can help you a lot on Dragon, whether it's normal Dragon or hard Dragon. If Dark Elves are okay on your roster, I mean, it's really going to depend, right? Everyone's going to have a little bit of a different team. Sacred Order, also sometimes a little bit good here. You might have Artor, Ezio, Alice, some free characters that have come out recently. Lizardman, not so good. I don't know why I pivoted to Lizardman at all. Yeah, Sylvan tends to have some good characters, great support characters in there, so I guess it really just depends on what is available in your roster. I can't tell people what to do, but it's still worth doing. Just like how I would always farm Prism Shards, I would always farm the Prism Soulstone whenever it is available too, and you don't have to do it, but it of course has the 60 points for the Titan event. So if that's something that you're chasing, if you're doing the 5 red Titan event for Pelops. I am not, or if you just still need some more points towards the 3, I'm basically done the 3 red soul here, and so I'm kind of just laying low after this. I'm doing the Dragon Tournament, but I'm not doing a whole lot of other things this week. Keep in mind that if you do wait until tomorrow to do this, the Gear Hunters will be over. So keep in mind there's a few events that are kind of running simultaneously. That the Gear Hunters event, if you haven't finished clearing this out, then you might want to do the Dragon event today, but wait until tomorrow to actually pull the Prism Soulstone. I didn't run the Fire Knight's turret attack, so that's over for me. So I missed those points. Again, it just depends on what you're running today and tomorrow. Entirely up to you. CVC also starts tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully there's some other good news later on this week, because some things that I'm waiting for is obviously when is that Edward Kenway Bannerlords event going to be running? Is this going to be a Deck of Fates? Is this going to be a Path event later on this week? I would not mind if there was a Path event that gave me a Edward Kenway unlock and some Bayek souls, because there hasn't been anything for Bayek souls yet. There was that champion chase to get his unlock. I obviously got really lucky on my Void Shard pulls, but I don't have any red stars on him. So something that I'm looking out for as well. Now, before we go with the rest of the video, or the finishing of the video, don't forget, QR code top right of the screen. Get Thol and Falbeard absolutely free. Get Stag Knight, get Rector Drath, get Farrakhan the Fat. Also, Tanarak, Void Legendary Support Champion, and all you gotta do is plug in the promo code Desert Queen in the first 48 hours of a brand new account. That's it for me, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you all on the next one. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.